The Christian faith has encountered different stages of hate, battles, and war, which led to many Christian brothers and sisters being harshly afflicted, tormented, tortured, and slaughtered for their stand on the true faith of Christ. Revelation 12 verse 17 says, "And the dragon was angry at the woman and declared war against the rest of her children, all who keep God's commandments and maintain their testimony for Jesus." This testimony of Jesus and the purity the testifiers, the church, possess has been the greatest threat of Satan. So, the devil, in agreement with the world, detests the testimony. They don't want it, so they choose to stop it at all costs. Psalm 2 verses 1 to 2 asks, "Why are the nations so angry? Why do they waste their time with futile plans? The kings of the earth prepare for battle. The rulers plot together against the Lord and against his anointed one." Because of their destructive burn of hatred, holding the Christian faith became a journey of blood for the early church. The early Christians held the faith with the understanding that they could lose their lives at any time, not because they were robbers or lawbreakers of any kind, but because they had the testimonies of Jesus in their mouths and were always ready and happy to declare it to anyone, anytime, anywhere. So, they made up their minds not to deny the faith even at the point of affliction, torture, and death. They even encouraged the feeble among them to keep on and hold on strong so the faith could be passed on to the next generation. Confirming the word of Jesus in Matthew 16 verse 18, "On this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it." The Fox's Book of Martyrs points to many horrific events where some early Christians were waxed like candles and used for street lights or party fun lights. Some were thrown to lions, some were made to fight in arenas for viewer entertainment, some were locked up in prison and left to die of starvation, many watched their children buried alive, thrown into the deep sea, burned alive, cut in two, wives and children raped, some were placed on hot irons and flogged to death. These haters came up with different ways to fulfill their cruel and deadly desires on the early Christians. They fashioned new ways to take life so they could make the Christians deny their faith. There was no pity for females or children, only if they chose to deny the testimonies of Jesus. But instead, they became stronger in persecution. They all chose sacrifice, endured deep pain, and died in honor for the Christian faith to remain alive. So today, if you are privileged to be saved by grace into Christianity, don't abuse the opportunity because much blood was poured on the altar of sacrifice to keep the faith alive so it could be passed on to you. Now, it is our turn to honor it, protect it, even in this present world, and pass it on to the next generation if Jesus still tarries.